Let's go to the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. Strangely enough, not being played in Mexico. Can't imagine why that's not happening. Garrett, Miami of Ohio, your Redhawks taking on Appalachian State. The Nears are 5.5-point favorites. This is also Saturday, December the 16th. Miami of Ohio went 11-2 and won the MAC. Appalachian State 8-5, a solid season, but it certainly felt like maybe they fell short of some expectations there in the Sun Belt, I should say. Certainly losing to Coastal Carolina did not feel good. Miami of Ohio is very similar to Ohio, where they have a very good defense, not as elite as Ohio, but they're missing everybody in that quarterback room right now. Feels like Appalachian State, who is more cohesive on the offensive side, is favored for a reason.
It sure does feel like they're favored for a reason. But I'm going to dance with the date that brought me here. I'm picking Miami, Ohio. Look, you don't win your conference by accident. And this is what everybody said when Brett Gabbert went down middle of the season. Well, Avion Smith, he's not the guy. He's not that good. He's not as talented. You're going to see some problems with the offense. And granted, the offense doesn't work as well without Brett Gabbert. But Rashad Amos came in 9 touchdowns in his last 6 games. Absolute threat on the ground, and this defense is a very, very good defense. Not just for a Power 5 or for a Group of 5 team, even compared to some Power 5 defenses, this is a very good defensive unit. I think that they're going to stand up and shut things down against Appalachian State. So I think that it's going to be a low-scoring game. I know that App State's favored here, but I think that championship mentality from those Miami Redhawks, I think it's going to pull them across the finish line here in the Cure Bowl.
Trey, you're putting a lot of confidence points the other way, going App State here. Tell me about Joey Aguilar and the App State offense.
Well, they've really come alive down the stretch, right? Because App State started the year 3-4, really slow out of the gate. That included that Coastal Carolina loss that you talked about. But ever since, that mid-season, they rattled off 5 straight wins to reach the Sun Belt Championship game, spoiled James Madison's game day crowd, right? Like, had that huge win. And the offense really took center stage on that stretch run. The defense is playing well, but the offense during that 5-game winning streak averaged 40.4 points per game. Joey Aguilar, like you mentioned, Mitch, he set program records for passing yards, completions, and touchdown passes this year, 3,500 yards to the air, 33 touchdowns. And he can do it on the ground a little bit too. He can move the chains with his legs when he needs to. 321.4 yards of total offense on average during that 5-game winning streak. So I personally, with all the losses for Miami, Ohio, I think the defense is definitely going to hold their own, right? Miami, Ohio, not just, like you said, Garrett, not just a good G5 defense, elite nationally, 7th in the country in points per game allowed at just over 16 per game. I just think the offense for the Mountaineers is going to be just a little bit too much. If the Mountaineers get up by, 7 to 10 points, I just struggle to see where the offense comes from Miami. I'm pretty confident in App State in this one. They struggled in the Sun Belt Championship game. They kind of ran into a buzzsaw with Troy, but I think they handled this one. I'm putting 21 to 24 points on Appalachian State.
It will be interesting to see what offense the Redhawks are able to muster, because Troy found points in places that we did not expect this season, right? We talked about the defense, and then their offense certainly came alive. It showed us something, and that's why they ultimately won the Sun Belt Championship.
If Miami can run the ball, I'm going to look really silly, right? Like Troy ran right down the middle on Appalachian State. I think their running back had 5 touchdowns in that game. So it could be a long day for the App State defense if they can't stop the run.
Yeah, and to that point, App State loses Nate Noel to the transfer portal as well. Some of these guys are going to play in the bowl game, even though they're in the transfer portal. I haven't heard that with Noel, but I guess that is technically a possibility.
So weird. We're not going to dwell on that.
Oh, I know. It is very, very strange. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to go App State. I don't know that I put 21 or plus confidence points on it, but I'm going to go with the Nears as well.
Gracious, how about